Hi everyone, welcome back. Bella here. All the things I wish my high school English teacher would have told me. That's what I'm going to talk about today. So hopefully it will provide some insights or some solutions to a lot of the problems you are dealing with currently. So the very first thing I wish my high school English teacher had told me was the pronunciation was actually very important. And the earlier I had started to learn the proper English pronunciation, the easier it would have been for me. It only took me a little over 6 years to realize that my pronunciation was so bad. And I didn't realize that until I got to university. So it ended up taking me over 2 years to eventually correct most of it. And I have been working on it every single day afterwards. The second thing I wish my high school English teacher would have told me is that grammar is fine, but we really don't need a lot of it. Instead, I should have spent a lot more time working on creating sentences of my own, trying to apply these grammatical rules I've learned to delivering the meanings and ideas. Third, I wish my high school English teacher had told me why we were learning the English language. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this feeling that the end of English learning for us back in high school was exams. That was the only reason why we were learning it, why we were spending hours and hours doing these exercises, learning all these complicated grammatical rules, remembering these long words. It was all for exams. I wish I knew that the language was for communication. And the focus should not have been on these long, fancy words or complicated sentence structures, but more so on how to effectively deliver our meanings and emotions in this foreign language. And most importantly, how to have a conversation with others. Fourth, I wish my high school English teacher had told me that the more I spoke English, the easier it would be, and that progress lied in repetitive practice. To learn a sentence structure, I simply needed to practice creating sentences with it and practice it some more. I wish I knew that there was no way around speaking if I really wanted to learn the language well. At the end of the day, language is for us to exchange ideas and emotions. Without being able to speak our mind, that simply wouldn't happen. In most cases, people are not going to care about what kind of score we got in our English tests, but rather how well we can speak our mind. And last, I wish I had been told the reading would help too. Just like how we used to be told that reading Chinese literature would help with our Chinese language, we should also have been told that reading English books help too. It will not only help us build up our vocabulary and expression bank, but also allow us to develop the English way of thinking. It's simply a much more enjoyable way to learn the language. But instead, we got buried under piles and piles of grammar exercises. What about you? What are the things that you wish you had known when you were younger, first starting to learn English? What are the things that could have helped you a lot if they were done early on? Feel free to leave a comment down below.